Have you ever wondered how much money can you actually make in Germany? What is actually considered a good salary? And why does this salary actually differs from the amount you get in your bank account? So this and many other questions we're going to talk about in this podcast.
Hi, we are Ines and Gustavo, and we are Keep It German, the podcast where we dive into all aspects about moving to Germany and making it your new life here. We talk about practical tips and real life stories on living here in Germany and making it here your new home.
Exactly. So we are going to talk about salaries in this podcast, and we are going to answer a lot of questions in this regard. For example, what was our first salaries? How happy are we with our current salary?
Yes.
Also, what is the difference between a net and gross salary? That is also a big difference. And what factors influence this? Also, we're going to talk about what is considered a good salary in Germany. So many people from the outside may don't know how much can you actually earn in Germany.
That's very interesting.
And also, for example, which sectors and which professions earn the most in Germany specifically. And yes, also about some cultural aspects, for example, how Germans talk or think about money. So yes, let's start with the first question is, what was your first salary in Germany for you when you came? I don't know, you were pretty young when you came. You were 10 years old, but which age did you start working and what was your salary back then?
I actually started earning money very early when I was about 16, 17. I was still in school, but here in Germany, you have the so-called mini jobs, where you can earn up to 450, now it's 500 euros a month, and you don't pay taxes. And I think it's around about 10 hours a week where you work. I was working in a bakery when I was 16 years old, like every Saturday in the morning. And it was actually really good because, as I said, you don't pay any taxes, and 450 euros as a 16-year-old is really good money. So yeah, that was my first job. And when I was a student then at a university, I did not have like a student job. I mostly worked like as a hostess, or I did translation jobs, and I was like, let's say, self-employed, and I earned about 10,000 euros. And then when I got my full-time employment, I was earning about 2,300 euros net income.
Okay, as your first full-time employee.
Yes.
Okay. Well, this is actually very average, I would say. It depends obviously on many factors. We're going to talk about what influences your first salary. But for me, so I started as well as you with the mini job.
Yeah.
Also 450 euros working at Zara, cleaning the Zara stores. I was waking up, I don't know, at 6 a.m. then cleaning them before they open. So
a typical immigrant job.
That's a typical immigrant job, exactly. First job, first job, yes. Well, I was still a student, and that was like quick, easy money.
Yeah, it's a normal student job, yes.
Exactly. So they used to exploit me there because we were supposed to be like 5 people cleaning, and we were every time like 3 or 2 people.
Wow.
So the work was a lot. So yes, I didn't do that like very long. But also I was a math teacher, English teacher. I did everything. So also waitress and hostess in mess, in like fairs and so on. So I had a lot of jobs.
I think in life you need such work experiences.
Exactly. So, and it is very good because you also learn German.
Yeah.
Like you learn also to communicate with Germans at work. So that is a good introduction, I believe, for people that doesn't have any work experience previously.
Yes.
So that are relatively young. And also I worked as a working student when I was studying, and my first salary, I remember that was like above 1,000, like 1,300.
Yeah.
For 20 hours per week.
That's really good.
And I believe, yes, if you compare other working students, some may earn, I don't know, 800, 900,000 euros. So it was pretty okay. And that's how I paid also for part of my studies. And my first full-time job, I remember I earned about 2,700 euros, or between 7,000 and 3,000 euros. Like that was the range for my first full-time job.
That's also a very good first-time salary. Of course, it depends on various factors, but
I mean, from the average, I think it's maybe high average, but it's still average. I mean, there's, I think, other salaries or positions, or I don't know, jobs that pay you much more. But yes, we're going to talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
So then we're not revealing how much we earn right now, but
and you will know then afterwards why.
maybe yes, we're going to say later why. But how happy are you with your current salary?
I'm actually quite happy. I think it's quite a good salary for the industry I'm in. So yeah, like for now, I'm relatively happy.
Okay. Will you expect to earn more, or are you like okay and isn't that important to?
No, of course I want to earn more. No, that's that's for sure. But for the position I have right now, for the experience I have, I think my salary is actually not bad. So, but of course, with more experience, with more time, I would like to level up my salary.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, for me, it's like kind of the same. I'm like pretty happy. However, I know now with the years of experience that I have lived in Germany that you can earn much more. So it changes your perspective, I believe. So although it should be enough, like, you can reach for more.
Yes.
So yes, like very important to say that Germans are in majority not happy enough with their salaries.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
That's a very interesting fact, because in Germany almost everyone has a very good salary. I mean, on average you earn a high salary in comparison to other countries. So it is a little bit surprising to know that they are not happy. As always, they are complaining about everything.
About everything, yeah.
But yes, let's talk about the differences between net and gross income.
So as you said at the beginning, and it's a very interesting topic because the salary you see on your bank account is not the same one you see on your contract. And that's because on your contract, they mentioned the gross salary, and then what you become is actually the net salary. So the salary when you paid all the taxes and all the contributions. So it differs a lot. I think it's about like 40 to 45% from your salary, what you paid as for taxes and several contributions and insurances.
Okay.
And what are the factors? We can name some. For example, there is the of course education and qualification. So if you have a higher education, higher qualification, you can earn more. Then also, like, depending on the industry or the sector you're working in, the salary also varies a lot. The years of experience, if you have a lot more experience, you can earn a lot more than a junior.
Yes.
And there are some other factors, for example, like the tax class. So if you're like single and not married, you are on the first class. This is like one of the classes where you have to pay more taxes. If you're married, for example, you then get less deductions. And there are like various different types of taxes. For example, the church tax. If you're a religious person, you also pay church tax. And also a very important point is the city and region you're living in. Let's say here in Frankfurt or in Munich or in the cities that are on the west side of Germany, the salaries are much more higher than on the east side. Do you have maybe some experience with that? Because you lived in Thüringen.
Yes, exactly. I also lived in East Germany
Yes.
for a lot of years. Well, for about, I don't know, 6 years, I believe, something like that. However, my first work as a working student was from a company located in Frankfurt.
Oh, that's good.
Exactly. I was earning like from a Western company, but living in the other side.
Yeah.
And yes, for example, rent there is much cheaper.
Yes.
And that's how, that was very good for me during my studies because I could save a lot of money.
Yeah.
And for example, to, I don't know, move from home or, where you have like extra costs that you're not planning quite good, then I have enough saved money for those
kind of situations.
emergencies. Exactly. So yes, it is very important to make that decision between East and West Germany.
But like I said, okay, in Frankfurt or in München, you can earn a lot more, but also the living costs are higher.
Exactly.
No?
So
like in Leipzig, in Thüringen, in the west of Germany, salaries are not so high, but the living costs are also much less than in the west of Germany. Other factors are, for example, the insurances you have to pay by end of the month, like the health insurance, social security insurances, and so on. And also an important factor is the size of the company. So if you're working in a startup, they don't have a lot of financial support, a lot of budget. So you cannot expect as much as you're working like in a big company such as Mercedes, Bosch, and so on.
Exactly. So a quick tip, if you want to earn money or have a higher salary, go to a bigger company in Germany. Yeah. So in that's the rule of thumb here for this country. Yeah. So also then as an example, how much you get paid gross and net. So according to what you said, so you get like 60 to 65% of your salary into your bank account. So the other 45 gets deducted as taxes and contributions. So for example, if you earn 4,000 gross salary, 4,000 euros per month, you get then in your bank account monthly between 2,500 and 2,700 euros net.
Yes.
So that's what you get deposited in your bank account. But you don't have to pay afterwards health insurance or other things. So that's covered by the employer. So yes, I mean, 2,500 euros. Do you think that's, well, we're going to talk now about the average and median salaries in Germany. So how much is much? How less is
less.
Exactly.
Well, what is actually considered like a good salary?
Yes, exactly. No? What is a good salary? So, well, first we need to consider several factors. For example, sex. Men and women don't earn the same thing. Also, we need to make the distinction between average salaries and median salary. And also, for example, the sectors which pay also different. And we're going to talk about which pay the most and the less. But yes, tell us about the average and median salary.
So the average salary in Germany is actually 52,300 euros, and the median salary is 45,800 euros.
Okay.
So we see here a difference from around about 7,000.
Yeah. So median is 45. Like 46 almost. What do you think about that salary? Like 46,000 euros per year.
Yes.
In gross salary.
I think that's what I was expecting. Like now from the knowledge I have, I know that this may be the median salary because like we are considering every kind of industry and so on. If I like compare it with only my industry, of course that's maybe not a very good salary, but like taking everything into account, I think it's an okay salary. Like I was like even surprised that it was that so high. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I actually expected it to be higher, to be honest, because I thought Germans earn more in general, but as we were researching for this podcast, we came across some numbers that are very surprising.
Yeah.
For example, the difference between men and women. Also in Germany, there's a big gap in salaries between men and women.
Unfortunately, yes.
So men earn on average 48,000 euros per year, and women earn about 6,000 euros less per year. So 42,000 euros.
That's a lot.
So it's almost like a month less.
Yes.
Or more than a month.
More than a month.
Yeah, depending how much you earn. But yes, like 16% less of the salary of a man.
Yes. That actually shocks me a lot because like I think, come on, we're living in Germany, a country that is very developed, where feminism actually started. So I was very surprised to see that number.
Yes, and it is also a topic between colleagues. I remember, I mean, they don't speak a lot about money, but they sometimes like speak about,
give a little hints,
such topics as, for example, the gender gap in payments.
Yes, and there are even like companies that like they pay less taxes to the state if they have more women than, or if they have the equal number of women and men.
Okay.
Yeah, so that there's like a balance. So, yeah.
Okay. If the team is diverse, they pay less taxes. Okay, that's very interesting. I didn't know that. But yes, for example, tell us about the sectors when you can earn the highest salary.
Yeah. So of course, I think the first one that everyone thinks about is banking. The second one is surprisingly like the aerospace, like space and rocket sectors, industry. And the third one is the pharma industry. We know that Germany is a very big pharma industry country. And the average for these three salaries is about 58,000 to 65,000 per year.
So that's the range that you expect to earn in those sectors.
Yes.
Yes, I mean, banking is also very known here in Germany. Like, there is a very overbanked country, so there's like more than 1,000 of banks,
especially here in Frankfurt.
Yeah, especially here in Frankfurt, and also pharma, as you said, like Bayern and this big
Boehringer Ingelheim, Merz. There's thousands.
A lot of pharma industry here in Germany, and also a big difference between a degree, a university degree, and an apprenticeship.
Yeah.
An apprenticeship. So there's a very, very big difference between a salary with a university degree. So for university graduates, the average salary is about 60,000, a little bit more, like 60 and a half. And for people that do an Ausbildung, so these apprenticeships are on average earning 43,000 euros.
Yeah.
So almost 20,000 euros less per year.
That's a lot. So, and that's maybe the reason why nobody's doing apprenticeships, you know?
So, I mean, it's very known, this model, this Ausbildung model, to come to Germany and, I don't know, work in a hospital and do there an apprenticeship or
like craft work
or whatever. However, I think people that come to Germany to work in those kind of jobs or with that kind of degree of education don't know that the salaries afterwards are very low in comparison to a university degree.
Yeah. So,
I mean, some people think that it's better to start working from the very beginning in Ausbildung and earn money while you are studying. However, the biggest return you get is when you study and then start working afterwards.
Yeah.
Because as you see, the pay is much higher.
No, but that's what I said. Maybe that's why Germany is now having like a lot of problems finding people that want to do such kind of apprenticeships, you know.
Yeah, because it's not
It's not enough.
It's not enough. Yeah, like now to live in a big city,
Yeah, that's not enough.
That's not enough money. Exactly. You need more than that.
Mm-hmm.
And also, what are the lowest sector, like the sectors with the lowest salaries?
Mm-hmm.
In the three last places, we have craft work, like everything with plumbing, etc. Agriculture, and also the hotel and gastronomy. So there is thousands of waitress and people working in cleaning hotels. Those are the less well paid, and that the range for those jobs in those sectors are average 37,000 to 42,000 per year gross income. So it's very, very low.
It's very low. Yeah.
Yes,
and like especially also for a hotel and gastronomy, because I know a lot of people that come to work in those kind of jobs. There are a lot of people missing in those areas, and of course with such low salaries nobody wants to work there.
Yes, super. I mean, you cannot have a family with that salary. It's impossible. You will really struggle to live also near the city. You will need to have an apartment outside the city, and that salary is you wouldn't have a very comfortable life in Germany. So now let's talk about our salaries, our experiences. Personally, what have we been earning in the past jobs that we had, and also as entrepreneurs, how much can we earn, or are we earning?
Yes.
And also, tell us the potential, like how much can someone expect to earn?
So with my first job, and it's still my job as an immigration consultant, I know that I started with 40,000 a year after graduation.
Well, it's not the same employer, right? So let's make
No, it's
that
not
clear.
the same employer. Yes, it was just my first job ever.
It's the same job description or the same role,
but like as a junior,
not the same job itself.
As a junior, yes, I started like with 40,000 per year, and like after university, you were like broke and earning, I don't know, about 2,300 euros per month. It was really good. But then I quickly knew that was not that good for that sector and industry. So I kept looking for, like, after like gaining experience, after working 2-3 years in this company, I then got a lot of experience, and I got to negotiate a new salary with the new company that was about like 15% higher. So I was earning then 50,000 per year. Now I'm earning a lot more, but as I said, this comes with experience, with knowledge, and also with negotiating your salary.
Exactly. So that's very important to negotiate, and also, as you said, it comes with experience. I think like at the beginning, you take every job that you can get because it's your first time and you're not sure about it, etc. Especially if you have never worked, right?
Yeah.
So if you don't have any experience, if you're fresh out of college, for example. But yes, in my case, my first job, I was earning as a consultant around 50,000 per year. That was my first job. I must say, for example, I have a master's degree, and that should be also like a factor that gives you a higher salary.
Yeah.
I mean, it was pretty average, I would say, because I know that some people earn more in their first job.
And for the sector you were
for
working
the sector
in.
And with a master's degree. So, I mean, it was okay.
Yeah.
I know also other people that earn less than that. So I think it was pretty average. And also, yes, with every job that I kept switching, I was increasing my salary every time. And for example, in my most recent job, or one of my most recent, You can earn, I was earning up to 60K more or less, plus, other
Bonuses.
compensations, exactly, bonuses. But yes, I'm actually not allowed to talk about that specifically about the numbers. We are not allowed to talk about our specific salaries because it's in our contract.
Yeah.
And so that's a very German thing.
Yeah.
But before coming to how Germans think and talk about money, also the salary as an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Like what I'm earning now is actually much, much less.
Yeah.
It's less than 3,000 euros per month. So it is a big drop of what I was having before. However, like we don't make it only for the money.
Yeah.
We also make it because we want to build
and
something.
We are starting.
And we are starting, exactly.
Like we're going to collect the fruits later, in a few years later.
Hopefully. That's the plan to do that.
Yeah.
But yes, like as an entrepreneur, also if you get almost every scholarship in Germany, you get paid like around 3,000 euros, not more than that. So yes,
which is also good, I would say.
It's okay. You can live with that. You can live.
Yeah.
I would say you cannot save that much money.
Yeah.
But you can still travel. You can still, I don't know,
party
or go out, eat.
Have a comfortable life.
Yeah, have a comfortable life. Yeah. Exactly. So now, let's talk about how Germans think about money.
Yeah.
Because as I told you, they are very secretive.
Very private.
What has been your experience?
Oh, that's the most taboo theme there is. Like you cannot talk about money with friends or like people you know. Like if I talk to a German friend about how much he earns, he will quickly start a new topic, and he will I don't know if he will tell me like his exact salary. Maybe he will say me like a range, or he will also say, no, that's a private topic for me. I don't want to talk about it. So yeah, Germans are not very openly about this topic.
Exactly. So in my experience, that's the same. Also with my co-workers, we're not allowed to talk about money. However, it was very funny that, I don't know, I think the people that know that they earn a high salary and they know it, they share it. Like, but if your salary, I believe that if Germans have an average salary, they don't like to share it.
Okay.
Or if I don't know, maybe it's like that everywhere. Like if you earn good money, you don't care. But
I don't know. I would say that's like even the contrary.
Really?
Like if you earn good money, you don't want other people to know how much you earn, because then you were then going to pay all the lunches and drinks every time you go out.
Invite everyone. Well, I don't know if that will be the case, but yes, I mean, what I wanted to say is like for Germans, it's also like secretive.
Yeah, because when we are with our Latin American friends, they are very, very open about what they earn.
Yes, but still not everyone. I would say, yes, they are more open.
Yeah.
But still money is like always like a not very open topic.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. So yes, in this regard, I mean, our friends, we know how much they earn. They know how much we earn. And we earn everyone about the same, I would say, on average. Where at least the friends that are also in a similar industry that I was, for example. But yes.
But I think that's important. I think this is something that, to share, because then you get the knowledge. Then you will know, okay, am I actually earning like good or less good? So you then can negotiate a better salary. So
yeah, for like a tip, I would say is like to negotiate a good salary is to start like a little bit high on what you want to expect. I don't know, for example, if you would like to earn 60, ask for 70K per year, and then they will come down for sure. And then, or you will meet them in the middle. And then that's how you negotiate a
Yeah.
good salary.
Yeah.
Or, for example, if it is not a salary, they can pay you also, for example, with transportation, or they can give you also, for example, Weiterbildungsbudget. How do you say that in English? So, like to develop a
your
budget,
skills.
Development budget to have like workshops, etc. And that's also very important.
For example, I also have the well pass.
A well pass for the gym.
For the gym, I only pay like 30 euros and I can go in whatever gym I want.
And that
like
will
really
cost
good.
like more than 100 euros per month.
Yes.
So that's also a lot of money. So I think that's also important to consider. Not only the salary that you get, but also all the other compensations.
Yeah.
So yes.
And another tip that I want to give is if, for example, you don't have a lot of open friends that talk about their money, you can always search in the web. Like there are websites like Kununu, Stepstone, Glassdoor, where you can search for your sector, industry, and then you have like...
And even the company.
And even the company.
For example, Kununu, you can search. There are some salaries that are this for the specific positions at the company. So you can orient yourself and see how much you could earn.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know if they are very how do you say, like
true.
Yeah, exactly. So, but it's a range.
It's also the average that they will show there, and
or maybe only the people that earn a high salary, or maybe the ones that are complaining and earn less want to post it. I don't know, but yes.
But at least you have like a guidance, a reference. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's a very good tip. That's how I also ask for the money when I am in a interview. So you need to be prepared.
Yeah.
Cool. So I think that was it for this podcast.
Yeah.
Very interesting topic about money in Germany.
Yeah.
I think that's a topic that, or maybe a question that everyone has when they want to come. How much can they earn?
Yeah.
And yes,
it's important also.
It's important to know. And yes, in other topics, maybe we can talk about also the costs of living in Germany.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
Now we know you can earn, I don't know, this kind of salaries. This information will be very useful for a lot of immigrants that are leaving or want to come to Germany.
To Germany, yes. And if you have like specific questions about your salary, about your job that you're doing now, you want to know if it's a good salary or not, you can go to our social media accounts and write a comment, and we will be happy to give you an answer.
Exactly. So thank you very much for listening, and see you in the next episode of Keep It German.
Yeah, see you.